Hey, I got a confession. Been losing all momentum. Just because it's easy.
Sana.
Yep, I said it. I'm going to leave the multi-talented singer and two-time Grammy Awards winner, Ariana Grande. I know. Okay, I've never met Ariana and we don't know each other, but I read a story on her that she lost 25 pounds and currently weighs 104 pounds. Amazing. I mean, truly amazing. She's 5 feet tall and weighs 104 pounds now, and I'm working towards losing 94 pounds. It really sounds crazy to lose basically an entire person in weight. So yes, I'm leaving Ariana in weight. So this is my second video, and as promised, today I'm presenting my plan. Please be aware, I'm not a health professional and I'm not a weight loss specialist. And what I do here on YouTube is to share my plan and my journey towards losing weight. Please consult a health professional if you have any health-related questions or concerns. I spent the whole week researching online, talking to friends, and did a lot of contemplating, walking around the lake and neighborhood. Here's me walking the neighborhood a few days ago in my favorite red Vans, and this was taken yesterday in my flip-flops, walking around the lake, sorting out the plan in my head. I put a lot of thought into it, and in the end, honestly, it's not anything you probably haven't tried. There's no magic or anything. It comes down to working the plan, and the plan doesn't have any guarantees. So here it goes. The plan is called Van Needs to Lose 94 Pounds or Totally Fail in Front of Millions of People on YouTube. Okay, for the rest of us, the plan is simply the 4-step weight loss plan, and I made a quick little motivational storyboard for it. Roll it. Are you ready? Want to start today? Once this video is uploaded to YouTube, I'm starting. Also, here's a quick before body walk around and measurements clip. I'm 254.7 pounds, have a 42-inch waist, 50 inches around the belly, neck is 17.75 inches, and I'm 5 feet 9. Also, special thanks to Talia for being so kind in videoing me, and she kindly did the 360 walk around me.
Yeah, thank you so much for videoing me. It was embarrassing, but I really appreciated it.
No, thank you so much, and thanks for sharing your story with me, and I'm so excited to follow along.
Awesome.
Thank you again. Okay, so that was really embarrassing, but I did it for us. Let's go through the 4-step plan. It's pretty basic. Step 1 is nutrition. Step 2 is exercise. Step 3 is sleep. And step 4 is the mind. Sounds simple, right? I don't think so. Stick around because we're going to go through each one of these steps. And a bonus or secret sauce I'm adding to the plan, step number 5. Stay to the end of the video for the secret. I got the idea from my friend Mikey. Hey Mikey. He has an audiophile YouTube channel and it's really awesome. I put his link inside the description of the video. See it below or search OCD Hi-Fi Guy. Okay, so let's talk about number 1, nutrition. Every step is going to be a challenge, but nutrition and calories is going to be a super tough step for me since I'm a mega foodie. Let me say that again, mega foodie. In my first video, I said I would cook, watch YouTube cooking and food videos, and eat leftover Chinese all at the same time. So food and quantity is going to be hard. I know it's going to be a challenge as I go through this 94-pound challenge. So my foodie mind is going to have to be sorted out. Then it's going to be portion controlling because that's a major weakness for me. I eat till I have a food coma. Okay, so let's get to the nitty-gritty. I'm afraid to say the first nutrition step, sugar, sugar, sugar. My diabetes doctor really wants me to get my triglycerides and blood glucose levels down. For you diabetes folks, I'm told I should be averaging around 100, and currently my low is about 94, and sometimes I get to 135. I'm hovering around 120. These levels are directly related to sugar and all the weight I've gained over the years. So sugars are carbs, and carbs get converted into sugars to fuel the body. So we know sugars, the white granular stuff we put into cakes, coffee, lemonade, etc. Sugars are also found in, of course, candy, which my friend Mikey says are the equivalent to fuel for a dragster. It's basically a shot of calories that, if not used, gets just stored as fat. So my plan is to severely cut down on breads, bagels, pastas, candy, soda, ice cream, cookies, cake, and did I say candy? Okay, I still plan on having whole foods that have carbs such as potatoes and rice, but limit it to smaller portions. I'm going to be using a small Chinese rice bowl as my gauge. I'm planning to continue my usual proteins of eggs, beef, pork, chicken, fish, and seafood. I'm definitely going to add in more veggies and fruit. I know many people say fruit is very sugary. I know. Yes, fruit has sugar, but there's benefits to fruit such as fiber and antioxidants. I'm not going to gorge on super sugary fruits like oranges, and I'm going to focus on fruits like bananas, mangoes, and coconuts. I love nuts, so they are going to stay put. Fiber is going to be really important. Whenever I've gone on diets, I always feel, a little backed up, not feeling regular, and a lot of this has to do with not having enough fiber. So I plan on going to Costco and picking up a big tub of Metamucil. I also plan on eating a small portion of oatmeal. I know that oatmeal is somewhat processed, but it does have some bulk and fiber. Okay, so we've been talking a lot about solid foods. Let's talk about drinks. I plan on drinking 4 bottles of water a day. Costco sells water for cheap, and each bottle is about 500 milliliters or 16.9 ounces. Costco sells the Kirkland brand for $4.29 for a 40 pack. 4 bottles is basically 2 liters or half a gallon of water a day. So that should be pretty good. However, I probably should drink more, but that's the start, which reminds me, I need to take a sip of water. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to cut out drinking alcohol and coffee. That's super easy for me because I don't drink much of either. I drink alcohol socially, and I can certainly stick to 1 beer or cocktail max in a social setting. I used to drink coffee like a madman, but these days I'm not really into caffeinated drinks. If anything, I avoid them since caffeine makes me jittery and anxious as I've gotten older. In the first video, I mentioned I have heartburn. I've done some research. Oddly, they say to take 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. My heartburn gets worse when I drink or eat acidic things. So this is going to be kind of weird, drinking apple cider vinegar, which is an acid, but I'm going to give it a try. I'll start off with 1 tablespoon and dilute it in a cup of water. Additionally, I'm going to have a small amount of kefir, about a 1/4 cup at night. It's got a lot of probiotics, which will help with my gut flora, which is in part causing this whole entire acid reflux problem. Supposedly, kefir can cause cramping, bloating, and constipation, so I'm going to take it a little bit easy on it. People with diabetes like me have to be very moderate with it because it can elevate glucose levels. Hence, I plan on, again, just drinking it once a day and only a 1/4 cup a night. My goal is to get a better control of my acid reflux, which will help me sleep better, which will help me towards my goal of losing 94 pounds. Okay, the very last part of the nutrition step, eating times. Again, doing some more research on intermittent fasting, I'm going to do a 16-8 fasting regimen where I have an 8-hour eating window. I plan to eat between 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. since I sleep a little bit later. My main meal will be around 6:30. I will have light snacks starting at 2 p.m. and before 10 p.m. Before I move on to step 2, I also want to note to some of you that may have diabetes, I intend to check my glucose at 2 p.m. and 2 hours after my primary meal. Okay, on to step number 2, exercise. This one's going to be pretty quick and brief because it's the part I like the least. I'm hoping I'm going to look forward to exercising, and it will take time. We'll have to see. The plan is to walk 45 minutes every day as a minimum, whether that's a single walk or broken into 2 walks. I'm going to walk around the entire lake that I live on once a week. It's approximately 3 miles around and it takes me about 1 hour to do. I also have a bike which I plan to ride around the lake and neighborhood. I have a 35-pound dumbbell and a football too. I will do a couple of reps a day with the dumbbell. I'm teaching my son how to play football, and last week him and I were practicing throwing and catching the football. It was so much fun. Okay, step number 3, sleep. You know, they always say that if you're tired or don't get enough sleep, it's much harder to control your eating. And that's absolutely 100% true. When your brain is tired, your brain loses discipline and those hunger feelings take over. And you eat, and it's harder to control your portions. Hence, sleeping is really important. I struggle with this a lot. I have trouble sleeping for 3 reasons. 1, I sleep at an upward angle due to my heartburn, which is uncomfortable. 2, I can't stop thinking at nights. 3, I simply have a bad habit of staying up way too late. I'm taking a little bit of melatonin, probably 5 milligrams, which should also help me with my mind racing at night. My goal is to get 7 hours of sleep a day. Right now, it's all over the place. Some days I get 3 to 4 hours, and rarely do I ever get 8 hours. Something I already do, but is important, is getting ready for bed an hour in advance. I floss and brush my teeth usually an hour before I get to bed. This helps a lot since it gets me into this mode of relaxation, and I don't have to deal with bathroom stuff when I'm getting sleepy. Now, as far as social media, watching TV like Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, YouTube, checking emails, I really got to put a stop with checking emails, texting, and social media an hour before bed. How many of you are checking Facebook or binging on Netflix before bed? The last step, the hardest step, the step that puts the wrench into my weight loss every time. Step 4 is the mind. I'm going to admit it. I'm not just a foodie. I'm a food addict. I know what I'm supposed to do. Step 1 through 3, nutrition, exercise, and sleep are all things we have dealt with. More than likely, 95% of the things in steps 1 to 3 are things that you have tried and done. In my first video, I started off saying that we aren't stupid. Most of us know what the difference between junk food and healthy foods are. We know we should exercise and drink plenty of water. We shouldn't drink too much alcohol. We should portion control, blah, blah, blah. The knowledge is there. The problem is the mind. Our minds, or at least mine, it plays tricks on me. It has primal parts that only wants to survive. Hence, primal feelings of hunger and the satiation of eating is powerful. We know cake is bad for us, but we eat it because it feels good. Doritos and Snickers, my favorites. I know they are engineered and scienced the crap out of to make them extra tasty and addictive, and that tricks the mind to wanting it more. There are people out there who can look at food as fuel, but for addicts and people who struggle with weight, food generally isn't a fuel. It's comfort. It's an escape. It feels good. Ever hear someone say chocolate or one of your trigger foods is better than sex? One of my trigger foods is steak and ice cream. Well, steak and ice cream separately. Trigger foods are anything you throw in your mouth and you have a hard time stopping eating it. Trigger foods affect you even when you aren't eating. You think about it and your hunger feelings come out even if you had a meal. I tried Weight Watchers and Overeaters Anonymous to help this. Both are great organizations, but my food addiction is so ridiculous. Step 4, the mind, is really elusive and hard to get a grasp on. As a food addict, I love food and eat when I'm not even hungry. So this step number 4 is about me looking at my life, understanding the roots. So as a kid, I had many dinners where it was just rice and peanuts. Food was survival and scarce for us, so having a good meal was worth celebrating. And just like for me and many of you, food is always a call for celebration. In my situation, it really sinks in deep. How many of you are overloved by moms, grandmas, and aunts who beg you to have another cookie, soup, or a hot dish? Come on, baby, one more bite. Give it a try. Food to me is escaping from poverty. It's security. Food is also art to me. I love to look at it and appreciate it. I like to savor it and talk about it. My brother and I We can talk for hours about barbecuing ribs. Through the years, I've become a foodie and love to cook. It's directly linked to my social life and upbringing. Then you add in the stresses of life, work, relationships. Food becomes a very easy go-to for comfort and escape. So this mind thing has been the biggest reason why I've gained weight and the hardest reason why I have failed to lose weight. Some people drink away their problems. There are those who do drugs. For me, it's food. Hence, step 4 is this: to recognize that I have to work on my mental health and take it seriously. I have to take it more serious than even steps 1 through 3. It's easy to create a process and steps, but when your mind is playing with your stomach, it usually wins. None of this is going to be easy, but I'm going to try. So here's a list of things I'm going to do to improve my state of mind. 1, recognize that it's not just willpower, but it's about understanding the hunger and why I'm stuffing my face. 2, reduce stresses from my life. 3, focus on my friends, family, and partner and strengthen the relationships. 4, call or text someone when I'm feeling I'm out of control or about to fall off the wagon. 5, journal and document not just the physical changes, but the mental changes. Step 4 makes me anxious, but I'm looking forward to seeing how I address it as we move through this losing 94 pounds. So that's the plan and the 4 steps. So today is day 1. Every week, I will put together an update video with my weight and measurements. Oh, wait a minute. Did you think I forgot step number 5, the bonus, the secret sauce? Step number 5, have fun and discover. Every time I've begun a weight loss diet, it's never fun. It's always do the process, measure, hope that I lose weight, get impatient or the dreaded weight plateau when the scale doesn't change for days or weeks. So this time around, there's an intentional step number 5 for fun. Every week I plan to find something fun to do or discover something interesting. If I'm not having fun, if you're not having fun, we're probably gonna fizzle out and quit. So let's have fun. I'm gonna lose 94 pounds. What's your goal? Please see my first debut video from last week if you haven't already. What do you think of my plan? Is it too complex? Is it too simple? How many times have you tried losing weight? What have you tried? Please comment below. Also, if you have any ideas and suggestions, I'm all ears. Again, post in the comments below. Thank you so much for coming to my weight loss channel. I really appreciate your support. All I ask of you is to like and share this video and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell too. On the next video, I will be covering my weight, measurements, and experience during the first week. And I'm hoping that I lost some weight. I plan to journal daily, so I will do a recap of that too. Cheers and see you next time.
Sana.